We're back on Pet Pals TV. Debby Knox from one of our contributors, Wish TV Indianapolis, and a story that involves pets that you've been involved with for years.
That's right. Paul, it's nice to be here again. This is a story about Nick Bennett, and he's an Iraqi veteran who was pretty seriously injured back in 2005, came back with some injuries, was healed up, but had some PTSD issues. So this is the story of his desire for a dog that would help him with PTSD and some of the frustrations with that.
I heard a whistle. I knew I wasn't coming home. I leaned over, saw my hand. Yeah, I live every day in Iraq. Trash on the side of the road are IEDs. You have cars drive up on you. It's somebody trying to kill you. It's just Indiana. It's just fireworks.
Nick Bennett did make it home to Indiana in serious condition. We introduced you to him when he returned.
Took the actual shell casing in my right shoulder, took shrapnel in my side and my left arm, and then when I got spun around, tore off the whole back of my hand.
Nick's physical pain lingers, and he'll soon get a service dog to help him with mobility issues. But he's also hoping the dog will help ease his post-traumatic stress disorder.
So it's more than just companionship. It's a physical presence of like having your brother and sister in combat. Somebody's got your six, somebody's got your back.
There are thousands of people just like Nick. In fact, in 2011 alone, over 200,000 returning vets were treated for PTSD. Medication and therapy are answers, but more veterans are convinced the unconditional love and loyalty of a dog might just be the answer for some vets with PTSD.
Let's embrace.
In Indiana, service dogs are trained by prison inmates through ICANN, the Indiana Canine Assistance Network.
Visit.
The director, Sally Irvin, says dogs can be trained for PTSD, but the VA has been dragging its feet.
There was a study going on in Florida with some service dogs, and then that got put on hold for a while, and it's very difficult finding out exactly where that study is now.
Erwin Stavroff of Florida is the man who got that study started by lobbying his congressman for a multi-million-dollar appropriation.
Would you believe that even today they are still doing research with that money? Research, when all they have to do is see the results of any individual that has PTSD with his dog.
It has just moved very slow.
Former Congressman Ron Klein is frustrated that the study stalled.
When we did some checking into this recently, we found that the VA had stopped the program for a while and didn't add more dogs in, something that, to me, I'm sure could have been resolved fairly quickly.
So veterans like Kenny Bass, who want a dog for their PTSD, instead had to get one through donations and loans, not the VA. After all his troubles, Kenny founded BattleBuddy.org to help other vets navigate the system. Kenny's dog Atlas is with him night and day.
It really makes a difference on levels I don't even think I understand yet. And it's really kind of enabled healing in ways that, I wasn't seeing, I didn't expect.
What Atlas brings to Kenny is the peace of mind that Nick is hoping for, the security of having a battle buddy.
What would that dog do for that soldier?
It's going to give us our lives back.
Okay, there's the original story. This comes up a lot, not just in Indianapolis, but across the Midwest, across the country, I guess.
It does. This is a real serious problem for all the returning vets who have PTSD. A number of them would like to have dogs, and they have to go other places other than the VA to get these dogs. They're highly trained. They can sometimes be expensive, so it's a real frustration.
But now there is some progress?
There is, and that's because these guys go to organizations and find these animals who are so highly trained. So that's what Nick Bennett's story is about right now.
Nick, you are absolutely amazing, and words cannot tell you how every day you save my life, and I am more than proud to present Festus to you.
We got our first look at the dog assigned to Nick Bennett at a ceremony at the women's prison. Krista, an inmate and trainer, turned the dog over to Nick, and even then it looked like a pretty good match. But we wanted to know if the dog was making a difference, so we checked back a few days later.
It's like I've never been injured before. I mean, the PTSD, the TBI, parts that are missing, none of that's coming back.
Nick Bennett, who claims he's really never been much of a dog lover, has found a lifelong friend in Festus, a friend who understands what Nick needs to calm his PTSD.
When I go out in public now, in just short of 2 days of having him, he was already checking all the doors in the mall, where I didn't have to do that anymore. Because whenever I go out, I always do a threat assessment.
Festus has reduced the stress for Nick's wife, Rachel, as well.
I don't feel like I have to be constantly watching and aware of our surroundings or what's going on with Nick. And not that, I still do, but it's a less stress on me to have to do that.
Relieving stress is just one part of Festus's training. He knows dozens of commands, many tailored to Nick's needs.
Festus, come.
The kitchen can be tricky, especially retrieving pots and pans.
Festus, brace. I can get down. I can do whatever I need. Brace. Yes, good job.
And lights. Festus can turn out the lights.
Good job.
He can retrieve lost keys, shoes, and he can be persistent. When Nick retreats into an ugly memory, Festus nudges and nudges, bringing Nick back to the here and now.
Nudge. Good boy.
The relief from anxiety is evident for Nick and his family, all because this well-trained dog is at his side every minute of every day.
It's still hard to wrap my head around that I've got my life back.
All right, there's the story of Festus, and it is a good story with a happier ending.
Oh, absolutely. Festus is a beautiful dog. I wanted to take this dog home after I got to meet him. He's made Nick and his family very, very happy.
And we've enjoyed getting the update, and our thanks to one of our family members, Joy Hernandez.
You've got that right. Joy has taken, as you know, she has a passion for animals. She has dogs of her own, and she shot and edited this story. We're very grateful for her energy in all this.
And we're grateful to have Debby Knox from Indianapolis and Wish TV. Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, thank you, Paul.
And there's more Pet Pals coming right up.